morning, everybody. How are y'all doing out there? Whew, Lord, y'all, excuse me, my tardiness. I always get up early. First of all, I thank the Lord for waking me up this morning and also had to deal with some things. But nevertheless, we are here this morning. Yesterday's show was so lit. I had a wonderful time. So shout out to all the comments. I'm going to try to turn my volume down so I won't be as loud because I was a little loud yesterday. But I want to first talk about Omarion. Can we bring him up on the screen really quickly? I just want to talk about him really quickly. Okay, who is that inboxing me this early in the morning? Who is that inboxing me this early in the morning? Okay. All right, so let's go to Omarion first and foremost. Let's bring him up here. I want to say this. I've always wondered, why did his baby mama cheated on him with LaFizz? And I started to say, why do women cheat? Was it that Omarion did not, show his baby mama enough attention? I was watching Tasha K live last night, and the idea, and then just something just dropped in my spirit. Maybe because Omarion wasn't the best in the bedroom. And, women, in my humble opinion, are more freakier than men, right? And if they're not being satisfied, if they find another man that is more greater in the bedroom, they will make that risk. They will take that risk. And I was like, why would it? I said, when maybe LaFizz can really, make her have multiple ways to make her body really jerk and make her reach that moment, probably better than Omarion. Now, looking at Omarion, he's good looking, but how is that meat? Is that meat good in that department? Probably was not satisfying her, and she probably was with Omarion for his money for her trying to get a singing career. But with LaFizz, this is why you don't go around testing other equipment, because you might test something and you might want to take it home. So I'm like, maybe because Omarion Peen was not up to that level, maybe LaFizz can definitely can make it feel real good, make her feel really great. Even when I go back and I listen to the Entanglement Gate, when I listen to who was that? When I listened to Jada Pinkett Smith, when she was talking about August Alsina, she said, I wanted to feel good. If women doesn't feel good, they will dump you and move on. But even with LaFizz, but then you got some women out here, let's just be clear. It is some women out here that is not accustomed to and designed to be with one man. Let me just say that. I'm going to be very, very professional when I say this, ladies. But it is some ladies out here that will ever be a lady that will always deal with multiple men. They cannot be committed to one. Now, there's plenty men out here that does that, can't be committed to one woman. But it is some women out here that cannot, is a DNA, is in a chromosome, whatever, is in a essence, that they cannot be committed to more than one man. And there's some women out there. There's some out here that can't be committed to one. They try it, it's just not going to work. They're at their happiness when they can deal with this man in this season, this man in that season, this man in that season. You got some women that will deal with men and women, and they can't stay committed to one. They just do exist. And I believe that woman, April, is just one of those type of women. She just cannot be committed to one particular man, right? She's chasing fame, and she will ride till she get there. And if you're not, she gonna go to the next one. She probably with a producer or probably trying to get a million. She's trying to trap down somebody with a lot of money. And Omarion don't have a lot of money like that, right? His shows are drying up. There's no shows. There's nothing to do, right? So she's chasing something. She really want to. And when you have a woman that is in Hollywood that want to be a star, they will use that yoni to get them there. They will let you taste it, flip it, lick it, ride it, if it's going to get them to that next level. She used Fizz because it was a good storyline. Everybody was giving her all this attention. Now that didn't dry it up. Now she taking that yoni to somebody else and to whoever. I can guarantee the next person, either they're going to be a good producer, Hollywood producer. It's going to be something connected to the industry, and that man going to have money. Just mark my words. It dropped in my spirit this morning. And while it dropped in my spirit, I'm definitely going to get up on here. And shout out to us. We are now streaming on, we're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay, we started that today. So, and I say that humbly. I just want to say that. But Omarion, the one thing I love about him, and I want to credit that brother on, he didn't drag his baby mother. He didn't drag him. He wished him well. He moved on with his career. In media, he still take care of his children. I never see him disrespect his children's mother. Never. I've never seen that. And for that brother, he may not have the biggest equipment downstairs. He may lack down there with that uncut peen, but at least he had the integrity not to drag the mother of his children. He may not have the best downstairs equipment, but at least he he had the integrity not to drag his children's mother. And I think that's awesome. So I had to say that. Good morning, y'all in the chat. How y'all doing this lovely morning? Omarion is a class act. I just had to say that this morning. Now, this next topic that I want to get into is, let me make sure that I have to take my notes because I want to make sure I get every subject in every subject today. Now, I want to get into Tekashi 6ix9ine. Can we bring Tekashi 6ix9ine up? This brother got a new album out. I listened to it and I wasn't impressed. I listened to that man album. It sucked. He is an amazing troll. But Tekashi 6ix9ine, you cannot forget that your album gotta be hot. Now, you had a #1 record with Trolls. You work with Nicki, and Nicki got that record to #1. Because of her star power and your star power, it shot up to #1. Because during that era, the industry was really craving for female MCs to take over. So that was the right moment at the right time. The issue with his album, you guys, it was not well produced. It needs to be mixed and mastered better. And the quality of the records was not up to par. I think that Tekashi spends an amazing job trolling, and he spent half of the time in the studio. If he spent most of his time in the studio instead of taking plane tickets to Chicago, instead of traveling and trolling, because it is a turnoff, you still got to make good quality music. Shout out to Lil Baby. He is the only artist that went double platinum in 2020 because his music is good quality music. Even though he may not have the impact on social media like that, but at least his music is off the chain. At least his music is dope. Now, Tekashi needs to do a better job with making music. Maybe DJ Academics need to write him some better bars. Maybe he needs to work with some better producers. But I was not impressed by this album. I am impressed by him, how he can market on social media, but I'm not impressed by the music. Now, when I look at him, he's all in New York, passing out CDs, get my CD, get my CD, get my CD, because he's trying to promote it. He did an interview with the Shade Room, which I just think that was counterproductive, because this is what you should have did. If you listened to management, or if I was managing you, we would have did a Shade Room interview, Ball Alert interview, Neighborhood Talk interview. We would have did massive interviews with all publications. Then you would have talked about your prison experience, boom, boom, boom. Then we would have dropped the album. Don't drop the album and then do press after the album. Do press first, then the album, and then do a live concert, a live stream concert as well. But don't drop the album before you drop, do your press tour. You do the press tour first, then you press tour troll, then you drop the album to let people know that you're out here. But make sure your singles are good singles. Don't get me wrong, that single with Nicki Minaj was off the chain, but the follow-up was trash. Even when you listen to Locked Up, where that was a remix of Acorn, I just wasn't into it. When I listened to that song, it was trash. Tekashi music is trash. I can better listen to Lil Baby music or the Baby music versus with Tekashi. He make trash music. And the reason why he gets a lot of more publicity than these other rappers that happen to be black is because he know how to be a social media person. He know how to get clicks and views. He know how to do that. He know how to be there on social media. And a lot of times too, and I agree with that producer, yes, he did get too cocky. When this is a turnoff I have, even I have this with some bloggers. I can understand you can be cocky, but some people are so cocky that it's counterproductive and it sometimes is a turnoff. You supposed to say, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, but if you're constantly over there saying it all over, it comes off as a turnoff. All that because I'm the greatest rapper, ain't no rapper doing it like me. And you got humbled, Tekashi, because nobody purchased your album. It did not reach number one. You did all of that stuff. You did all that dragging. I'm the best rapper. Can't nobody touch me. I'm the king of New York. If you the king, just like if Beyonce is the queen, when she drop an album, why they don't go number one? Tekashi, if you the king, meaning if you the king of New York, Siri, how many residents live in New York City?
As of 2019, the population of New York City was 8,336,817.
So if you're the king of New York, you should at least have 8 million sales in an album. If you're the king, if the population of New York City in 2000 is 8,336,817. If you're the king of New York alone, that should have been quadruple platinum. Quadruple platinum. So when people keep saying this, I'm the king of this, I'm the king of this, and I'm the king of that, you got to be very careful. Now, when he did the Shade Room interview, it did make him look likable. It did make him, but he didn't messed up because he trolled so much. Then it seems like you only called the Shade Room to make your album go number one. But most people, the critics, everybody have said the same thing. The album sucked. We're more fans of your personality than we are your music. Because his personality is more entertaining than his music. I'm gonna say that again. Him being a troll is more entertaining than him being a rapper. He would rather come out better being a social media, doing skits, doing TikToks, doing independent films, being an actor than versus being a rapper. I think we give him more publicity of him trolling his antics, trolling these Chicago rappers than we do his album. Because I can ask a poll right now, how many of y'all purchased his, not stream, how many of y'all went to iTunes and purchased his album? I wait. How many? Not many people in this chat. So it does come off as a turn-up. I tell some bloggers, I'm like, it is okay to have confidence, but be careful being over. So you could just do too much. You overdo it. You could just do too. Some people you can't tell them that they're the best. And it's hard to take criticism because you could build this wall up to say you're the greatest, and somebody can give you some good advice. You won't receive it. Why? Because you can't tell nobody nothing because you're the best. You know everything. Some people don't know nothing. And I don't like to be around them type of people. I like you to be humble. I like for you to talk to me as a human being. I like for us to have dialogue. And with Tekashi, he need a wake-up call. And that album, what's his wake-up call? He do know it. He is pissed that album did not reach number one. He is pissed that it ain't platinum because you know why? People fell in love with his personality, and they're not really connecting with his music when it comes to album. They may get a single, and that single may go number one, but this is when you are a true fan. You watch that album, you listen to that album. Somebody said, I like his album, but I will not purchase it. See that? So you don't like it that well, because if you really loved it and really liked it, you would have went on and paid for that $9.95. How much is that album? Let me go to my iTunes. I didn't buy it either. Let me see how much is that album. Title Tales. It's $6.99. Oh, actually, it's $6.30. It might be a little bit more than that, but because I already purchased the record, and all of his singles is 69 cents. all of his singles is 69 cents. Y'all at 69 cents. Locked Up Part 2, 69 cents. 2222, 69 cents. Wait, 69 cents. Charlie, 69 cents. Troll, 69 cents. Nene, 69 cents. Yaya, 69 cents. Leah, 69 cents. GTL, 69 cents. All of it is 69 cents of an album. Okay, so make sure y'all get it together and get things together when it comes to that. I won't purchase it because I don't like them, period. So you don't like them that much. Okay, see that? Telling yourself right then and there. You see that? About $6 or something. Because what he's trying to do, he's trying to drop the price to make his album go number one. That's what he's trying to do. I'm going to drop the price so my album can go number one. That's what he want to do. Let me see. Where is it? Where is the charts? Let me see. Where is his album? Let me see. His album, literally not even in the top 10. I'm looking down. I don't even see it on here. I don't even see his album. His album is far down there. Crazy. I don't even think his album even chart. Let me see. I'm about to Google it right now. 6ix9ine album sales. Okay, this was 2 days ago on Variety. They said, despite the noise, 6ix9ine Tattletale's album headed for an underwhelming chart debut. They said over. Let me see. Where is it at? Okay. It's not going to be enough to love his new album. Tattletale to number one spot of Big Sean, Detroit 2. They said once projected easily surpass 100,000 project units, a formula that combined album sales with view songs and streams, possibly as many 150,000. Tattletale is headed for the top 10, but experts say they have no short at reaching the Smith. One industry analyst thinks it will open at number 6 with around 45,000 sales through $50,000 with sales, with another forecaster offer a slighter estimate of 55,000 to 65,000 units, and will put it at number 3. So it will not be number 1. Some is predicting number 6, some is predicting number 3. But this man have been calling a lot of noise up in there, and that's what, going in, because they're looking at, Big Sean collected almost 65 project units for 14 weeks daily at 6ix9ine. So now they're just comparing like rappers, and he's not in that number 1 spot. So that is why he's out there, passing out CDs, going on the Shade Room and all of this. And look, it's not even resonating well with the consumers. Now, these young folks, they will go and purchase a single, but you must be a fan of you to really go purchase that album for $6. If your fans can't purchase the album for $6, you can sit down because you're not the king. But if you're really with the king, it would be number 1. He's matching the dollar amount to his stage days, so they're crazy. He need help. 6ix9ine price has been $6 to get out of here. He's ungrateful. That's how he talk about Nicki Minaj. And then he talked about Nicki Minaj. He said, well, Nicki Minaj album, she don't have a number 1. This was my record, Trolls, and the record that she had with Doja Cat, that wasn't her record. When was a Nicki Minaj record was number 1? This is the thing. This is what I like. That record would have not been number 1 if it wasn't for Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj made that record go number 1. Nicki is the reason why that record went number 1. I don't believe WAP would have went number 1 if it wasn't for that awesome video. Caitlyn, was it Kylie Jenner? And who else? And then Cardi B. I don't think that record WAP would have went number 1 if it wasn't for all of those antics. But when it comes to Tekashi, those album sales is very surprising because he talks a lot of mess And he said he's the king of New York. He's kept saying that. And if you're the king, there's millions of people that live in New York, and you mean to tell me they're not embracing and buying your music? Come on now. Get it together. Get it together. He's willing to trash Wiley Show with Nicki Minaj just to get people talking. Since his album don't do well, he's the type of dude, smile, burning bridges, get you nowhere. His mama don't teach him that. I think he's doing that because he is a troll. He's trying to get relevant. Like you said, he's trying to have people to talk about him all over the internet. Somebody said he uses our culture for clout, but has no respect. He doesn't have any respect. And then when they asked him on the Shade Room, what about Black America, Black culture? Oh, I love Black people. I'm in a relationship with a Black girl. When I was in school, it always be that way. I don't think he respect Black culture. I think he make fun of it. He says the N-word. He's have not been canceled. Literally, if you take all that makeup off, you look like a white boy. If you take all that rainbow, like literally a white boy, okay? If you get pulled over, they will literally say this is a white kid. Because if you go back to his old picture, he look like just a white kid. But yet he used the N-word all day long. And that's why I'm talking about if he ain't get canceled, y'all shouldn't be canceling Delicious from G-Status ATL Hustle because they both Latino. So if he can say the N-word, so can she. Okay? And he's still not canceled for that. I don't get it. So, Tekashi, get it together. I'm looking at the album sales. They ain't looking real good. You stupid. Oh, you dumb. Half of the stuff, I don't know what he be talking about. And I just be like, duh. I'm like, what is he talking about? What is this man rapping about? I don't even know all the lyrics. But I'll be listening to it when I'm working out because I'll be like working out and running to it and all that type of good stuff. But I'll have this all be knowing. I don't. I'm just looking right here. I'm just looking right here that when it comes to Tekashi 6ix9ine, baby, humble yourself and put more emphasis in your music. Period. Because your music is not matching up to your trolling skills. That music is not good. Okay? Let's move on. Now, we will open up the phone lines, and if people want to call in, I would love for y'all to call in this lovely Saturday morning. Let's take a ball. Now, this next topic, everybody want me to talk about this. I have to bring it back. Let's bring them on the screen. These two brothers, Charlamagne the God and Joe Budden. Both of them is trending on the internet. And it got to do with dogs. It is disturbing when it comes with the dogs. It's very disturbing because with Joe Budden, it is allegedly that he touches his dog to make sure his dog is released. And they're digging up all interviews of Charlamagne the God of saying that his dog licked his balls. Okay? So it's like these two men, when it comes to animals, when it comes to dogs, it's very disturbing. And the more I listen to them, I'm like, is they real? Is that what they said? I'm like, is this okay? Is this illegal? Should they do this? And they both semi have this same problematic spirit when it comes to animals. And when I heard it, and I'm like, I'm hearing the interviews, I'm getting clips. I'm like, is this real that Charlamagne thought he was so high that his dog came up there and licked his balls? And I'm like, what? I ain't know where in the world Buttercup licking nothing. I don't even let Buttercup lick my hand. That he had my balls. Hell no, you ain't licking my balls. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't even like Buttercup. No. Absolutely not. Now, I do like my licked, but not by no dog. Absolutely not. Not by no dog. So, I do like a lick dog, but not by no dog. Like, come on, that is so... Like, oh, Lord. When I heard it. I was like, what the world going on? Now, both of them are just going at it because Charlamagne have a partnership with iHeartRadio. I've sent a message to iHeart, email to them, because when you say partnership, who owns the content? Do those podcast hosts own their content, or do they give all rights to their podcast to Charlamagne and iHeart? I want to know who owns it. When you say partnership, does that mean each podcast host owns the content, or do Charlamagne and iHeart owns it? So I'm not 100% clear on that, but because, Roland Martin got on there and he got on his Instagram and he said something. Let me see. Where can I go to Roland Martin IG? Let me pull up his IG because he said something. Let me see right here. He said that, and I'm going to read what he said. I'm going to read. He said, "I hope y'all are paying attention. Look at all these major media companies announcing deals with Black content creators. But who is getting the lion's share of the money? Question. Who is owning the content? Or are just being paid sharecroppers? Look, Black folks are American trendsetters and taste makers. But if someone is giving you $1 million, how much are they making? Are you licensing the content, or do they own it? Are we also sharing in the revenue? My theory is that what is happening today is similar to when Black music artists sign awful radio deals. We get hype about the attention and the accolation, but get screwed on the business end. Ray Charles said, own your masters, and that is still true. So when he said that, he already Roland have a deal with iHeart, but he owns the Roland Martin Unfiltered. He owns the content. He just licensed it out there so they can market it and put it out there, and more people can reach Roland Martin Unfiltered via listen to his podcast. But he still owns Roland Martin Unfiltered. As a content creator, as a business, I think his business is now worth over a couple of $1 million. Now, someone offered him $250,000. He refused that deal. Now his company is valued at over a couple of million, and all of it online, self-made, New Vision Media. He owns the content, owns the camera, owns the set, owns the lights. He owns, he pays. He have a staff that he pays, and that is like awesome for a Black, media company. And what he does shows targeting Black people, and he does shows about politics. Now, when he gets to Charlamagne the God and Joe Budden, they're battling because Joe Budden wants to own Joe Budden podcast. He don't want to bend to Spotify. My fear is that they're going to blackball him, and they're already putting him all on the media, and he's already dealing with abuse allegations from women and also animal abuse. They're trying their best to cancel Charlamagne, but Charlamagne is protected and is on a thin line because nobody strong enough came against him to take him down. But yet he, people have been trying for years to cancel Charlamagne the God, and I just think that they making too much money with Charlamagne, and the DNC, I do believe, protect Charlamagne because he have a voice in the Democratic Party, that they love him because he do speak up and encourage people to go out and vote, and he's totally against the Trump administration. So I do believe he have some powerful political folks protecting him as well. I really want leaving y'all comments up. I'm surprised Joe Budden did Spotify with Diddy. His channel got watered down. I just hope whatever happens with Joe Budden, that he keeps the Joe Budden podcast, that he take it to Apple, that he just shops it around. He does an amazing job on YouTube. Most of his views, I believe, comes from YouTube because everybody that I talk to say, Wiley, I don't listen to Joe Budden podcast on Spotify. I listen to Joe Budden podcast on YouTube. Most people are like, this the day it come on, Wiley. I don't listen to it on Spotify. I'm like, okay. So I guess Spotify ain't really got that reach like that. But somebody, because you got to understand, Spotify millions of people listen to Spotify. So you may not be one of the million, but they still have big numbers of people that stream their content on Spotify. Some people, it's just love Spotify. They don't really use YouTube like that. Please don't remind from the glove. Okay, so we're gonna move right along. So I hope Joe Budden, y'all get it together. I hope y'all leave them dogs alone. Say no to the dogs. Time's up. Leave them alone. Leave them dogs alone, okay? Don't be up there bothering them dogs. Leave them alone. Let's get into Tamar Braxton. Oh my God, Get Your Life debuted on WE TV. I will have the pleasure of watching it via YouTube because I don't have WE TV in my television lineup on Spectrum. So I said, let me watch Tamar Braxton. So I'm watching the show, and it was some highlights. First of all, she linked up with a producer. I think it was the producer. I forgot the producer name, but she's trying to get back into the studio. And she said, I never, produce and like write my own songs without Vince. This would be the first project that she would be completely have all control, creative control, and that she would be put together without her husband, Vince, husband/manager. During this broadcast, she and David is talking. They was having drinks, and she told David, I want to take a break from having sex for 45 days. He said 45 days. She said yes, 45 days. And of course, she's dealing with a lady that helped her dream and telling her about her dream. So Tamar was doing that. Also, too, she did not want the cameras to see her most vulnerable moment. She was like, I gave y'all so much, but this y'all cannot have. And they wanted to record because, when you do a reality show, anybody know in the business, if you sign up, they want to tape you. Even if you don't want to be taped, you know what you signed up for. The cameras roll because they don't make money if they don't record you. Their job is on the line by how much content they can record, how much stuff they can chop up, and if they don't have no content to chop up, the network ain't gonna pick up the show, and Mona ain't gonna make her money back. So, but they said we want 6 weeks of just cameras follow you around. So Tamar tried to, not do it, and it was like no. And then her boyfriend was like, "Why you want to do 45?" She said 45 days. She want to take a break, and I understand it because you get more creative when you're not giving somebody yourself like that. Because that's the time and energy. You want to lock it down. And what gets me with David, though, he quotes the Bible so much. He quotes it, talking about Jesus, the Bible. But didn't the Bible speak against fornication, though? Don't it speak against fornication? I'm like, this man is so spiritual. But he act like he ain't committing no sin because last time I checked, sleeping with a woman that were married, because you were dealing with, allegedly, David, were sleeping with Tamar when she was a married woman. So that's adultery right there. Then now fornication. So you quote the Bible, but are you really living by all biblical principles? And the answer to that, brother, is no. Is no. You quote that Bible, you say this with the Bible, you do this as though you're living up to the scriptures, and you ain't living up to them biblical principles like that. No, you're not. Not when you're eating out somebody's yoni and she ain't your wife. Last time I checked, the Bible said, flee fornication, not go down on the yoni. It says better to marry than to burn. Okay? It didn't say go down there, eat that yoni, be single. You got to be married. That got to be your wife. That's the Bible that I read. And that's the Bible that I read. It didn't say, there shall ye go there, David, and eat that yoni. Because David in the Bible, when he was dealing with Bathsheba, he got in trouble. He had all his Bathsheba husband to get in the heat of the battle, be on the front lines. He did all that because he saw how beautiful Bathsheba was, and he wanted that yoni. So he sent her husband in the heat of the battle so he will not return, so he can tap that. But he paid for it too. He got that pleasure, but God had the final say, so he paid for that. Did he pay for it? All that yoni juice and cream and whatever else, you pay for all that. You can eat it, you can taste it, you can flip it, you can ride it, but he paid for it. Did he pay for it? Did he pay for it? He did. Read your Bible. It's in there. He sure paid for it. I just want to say, did he pay for it? Do we got any Bible scholar that call y'all the old church lady game? But he paid for it. All right. So Tamar literally said 45 days. 45 days she want clean. Don't want him to get none of it. And I don't blame her. Tamar is a broken woman. First of all, Tamar is a broken girl that is a woman, but she's still that little girl that is hurt that her mommy and daddy divorced and that her sisters left her. I don't think that family still forgave their mother and father for them divorcing. Because what the father did, for him being a preacher, to break that and to go around slinging that peen, and they were very religious folks, and it destroyed something in Tamar, and I don't believe Tamar ever got over that childhood hurt of her daddy slinging peen that won her mama and them getting divorced. I think that destroyed a fantasy or the imagery of husband and wife, and I think that is why Tamar struggles with that. And, I believe because her father was not the best when it came to being married, because he did cheat on his wife. I believe she need to work on that. I believe the fame only made the problem worse, because the fame made it worse because when you're mentally unstable, the best thing that you should not involve in that, and that is fame, cameras, and lights. If you're mentally unstable, manic, and unstable, you're emotional wreck, and you're depressed, and you got lights, camera, and everybody around you is fake. They only want you to get a click and a view. They only want you for camera time. That is draining. All right? You can't talk to the producer about it because their job is to make $1. Because when I saw Tamar crying to Mona and she was really, really crying, I'm like, Mona don't care nothing about them tears. The camera was on, because if she really cared, she'd be like, let's turn this camera off. Let's just cancel the show. Let's get you into therapy. No. Mona thing is, camera rolling, is the mic on, and put my makeup. Let's go. Let's get this click in this view. She don't give a doggone about them tears. Tamar is broken. She don't need no cameras. She need therapy. She need to sit down. She need to have a journal. She need to release that anger. She need to be rebuilt. She need someone to talk to that broken little girl and tell her it's okay. Forgive your parents and move on with your life. She need to be around people that's going to keep it real with her and not lie to her and stick a camera in her face or a peen in her face, because she don't need no more. She needs to temporarily suspend people for going to her yoni, and she needs to rebuild her mind, rebuild her spirit. Then she can open up the yoni. Then she can open up her life to cameras and lights. But until then, everything needs to be shut it down. But when your bread and butter comes with cameras and light, you will sacrifice your mental capacity for a check. And I don't want to be like that, because if I'm not mentally well, I want to be able to say, let me take a break. But it's hard to take a break when you got to get that money, when you got to cash that check and pay that mortgage. It's hard. Money costs hurt. People are dependent on your family, dependent on you. Ain't got your husband. He getting sued. He lost money. Your deal's all wrong. You lost everything. And what she's telling you, I'm broke. So I have no choice. Even though I don't want y'all in my house, even though I don't want y'all here, but I need y'all because I need a check so I can eat. There ain't nobody really buying that music like that. Everything is pretty much probably in Vince's name. He probably own all the masters, everything. She probably don't get nothing but pennies from her music. And she need people in her life that's going to keep it real with her. Unfortunately, she have a lot of people that see her as a click and a view. So when all these people say, oh, Wiley, you do anything for a click and a view, are you keeping that same energy for Mona Scott? Because she's the queen of click and views and ratings. She's the queen of a click and a view. She's the queen of bringing them cameras, lights, and producers. They're there. But y'all ain't saying nothing to her. Y'all still watching Love and Hip Hop, which they ain't hardly getting paid nothing. Because if they don't get in the steam throwing a cup or a plate, they don't get a check like that. No reality stars don't get paid like that. You got to be smart how to use that television and get other avenues. That's why they do everything in their power to keep that camera on them, to say whatever lie they can think of. Because as long as that camera blinking on them, that's how they get a check. That camera ain't on them, no check. And now since Rona, you're gonna see a whole lot of crazy stuff that's going on television. It's gonna be a lot of folks that will be jumping off planes, buildings, and all that type of stuff because they don't know a lot of these people. Let me say this. They're not used to being broke. A lot of these people have been living check to check and they depended upon them shows. But once Rona came and snatched that income away, a lot of these people been forced on how to make it in other ways. And a lot of them can't handle that. They can't handle that when you about to get evicted, when you got to get rid of them cars. It's going to be a lot of celebrities. You're going to be shocked. The mind going to be gone because that bank account going to be really, really low. And a lot of these people been living a lie for decades that they had money like that, and they ain't had money like that in the first place. They was living check by check. They was living by, well, if I do these 3 shows, my mortgage could be paid up for 12 months. Now Rona saying, ain't no more shows. Show's gone. What show? Rona here. You can't do no show. So that affects a lot of people. And it's a lot of these celebrities going through in their mind. They ain't used to being out. They've been hearing voices, but you can ignore it by doing a show, drinking your Hennessy. Now it's just you in that house with furniture that you rent and that them folks, them creditors are ready to take it. Only reason that ain't snatched it yet is because of Rona. Because the court system, they doing stuff virtual. They bagged up. Then in your mind, you got to just you and your thoughts. And them voices said, you ain't got nothing. You ain't nothing. And all that, you got to deal with that. Because you should have been resolved it, but you was ignoring it, and then now all it just bone rush with all 18 of them voices. And that's what's going on. That's how a lot of these people is getting OnlyFans because they need it. They need to pay a mortgage. They bit off more than they can chew trying to keep up with the Joneses. When I do make it and make some good money, you're going to see me living beyond my means. I'm going to still live regular. They're going to look at Wiley. It's like, dude, you don't know how to dress, but I'm still worth $288 million. I want to still, when you look at me, let it look like I'm just regular. Because I don't want you to be wearing everything that I own. I don't want to be what I look like getting a house with 200 plus rooms in, and it's just me and my cricket leg. What the world I need all them rooms for? And it's just me. What do you need all that? Because you only can sleep in one, and it's collected. What I need a big old mansion with all these earths, and it's just me. That's foolish. A lot of them was living above their means. And Tamar, she was married to a man that sucked her dry, and then she need good management. She does need good people around her, but she got people that want a come up. And Paula David, he supposed to be so-called Christian, but he just as evil as they come, because if he was really a man, he'd be like, no, baby, I don't think you need those cameras. We need to work and let's go to church. Let's get closer to the Lord. But you don't want to get closer to the Lord because you're too busy eating out her yoni and mad because you've been exposed as being a narcissist, controlling man, and you don't like it. So now you trying to find your exit plan. No, because you should have left her alone and waited till she healed. And if you was a believer in that Bible, you and her should have been at church every Sunday and got on the altar and say, Lord, help this woman. That's what you should have did instead of going down and eating her yoni. So yes, Tamar, shut it down for 40 days and 40 nights. Don't give them nothing. Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I wasn't even planning on saying it. I was just planning on talking about the show, but I was triggered. Why are you going to shut it down for 45 days? You ain't supposed to be eating that yoni. That ain't your wife. You'll get that from the scripture. Stop up there. That's just like me, but I don't get up here and be a Bible thumper because I break a lot of the principles. So I'm not going to get up here and pretend like I live by every principle in that. But no, I done broke about 3 commandments yesterday. How many commandments did I break yesterday? Well, let me say. First of all, that I wasn't married. Third, fourth, I was doing some things. It got to be a lot of commandments I didn't broke yesterday. I'm going to just tell you that right there. So I'm not going to get up here and say, I broke a lot of them. I just broke so many. And they just was up here for a whole funeral. How you up here for a whole funeral? We just breaking commandments. I'm supposed to be consoling you in your time of sorrow. And I'm consoling something else. I can't have no fun with it. So you need to be, you know. I'm driving around making programs and stuff like that. We might as well get it in. Shouldn't have did that though, because he's here for a funeral. Should we did all that type of stuff and all that. But it felt good though. He needed that release. He did. All right. So that's what I'm saying to Tamar, and I will open up the phone lines if anybody want to call in. So, Sister Tamar, get it together, my dear sister. All right, let's move on. Get it together. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get into my last topic. Wow. Will Smith and Viv. Oh my gosh. 25 years of beefing. 25 years of Aunt Viv dragging Will saying shots at her. It was bad. She's the original Monique, but just decades. So HBO Max finally put a reunion together for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I believe it's been 30 years since the show aired in 1990, before I was born, actually. And so he sat down with her and they had a conversation. So I'm here for it because I just got tired of her talking about Will and Jada, because even though she can drag Will and Jada like no other, she's very intelligent. But I'm just so happy that they could just sit down, because that beef was very tiresome. I just got tired of her complaining about Will. I got tired of her complaining about, what is Will doing, how Will did it like that. I just got tired of this way. When it was going over and over, I just got really, really tired of it. I said, let me get it together, okay? So finally, those two people came together and they talked. I don't know if he paid her some money, or she did get a check to do this reunion, because she ain't doing nothing for free. That's why she smiled like that, because that check cleared. Okay? And Will can't deal with no more embarrassment, because Jada just embarrassed him all the way, and taking that pin from August. I seen her getting flipped and dipped and side to side. So his image took a big hit. So he needed something to rebuild. What's the better way? Get the dark skin unveiled. Hey, I cut you the check. Let's get up on here, bring your natural hair. Let's sit down. Let's laugh. Let's kiki, because this can help me in the news of something positive. Ain't nobody talking about no entanglement. We just talking about Will rebuilding his relationship with the original Aunt Viv. Okay? So I think that was awesome, because he needed this. He needed this boost, because at first Will was just a joke. His wife cheated with a younger man, and she wanted to feel good, a younger man that looked better. And he said, let me write this check, because with this other woman, you see how that smile? You know that check came in. I might not like you, but you wrote that check. You wrote the check. It's some people I don't like on YouTube, but let the right check clear. I'll be right up there with her. Will, you like that? Will, you remember, well, when that check clear, baby, your head, when you get that good old check, you couldn't stand, you was dragging for years. But I'm glad that publicly that is resolved. I'm glad that the public is resolved, because yes, what her beef was with Will Smith is that she didn't like him joking. She was serious about her craft. She wanted the show to be about, the parents instead of focus on the children, but this was Will Smith. He was a star. And another big piece was when they were negotiating their contract, because of the success of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, she wanted Will Smith to lead and to join the cast and to ask him for more money. Due to Will being young, he pretty much said no. And so she was just really, really challenging to work with. Finally, they gave her a contract, said no. Then eventually she said yes, but it was too late. So they fired her and replaced her with a light-skinned woman to do it. And ain't nobody too much care about her playing, the she gets dragged because anytime you coming against somebody that really was a star in that position, and you come take it up, child, that was set up for failure. But as long as Will there, the show must continue. And she did. She wanted the show to mainly be about her and everything like that. So, but I only agree with her with the money part. Yes, Will should have stood up for the money, right? I think Will like being looked at as pitiful and energetic because he's doing his dirt too, just getting caught up like Jada. They said, let me pay us what he's worth. She was the best VIP. Yes, she was. And hold on for a second. Let me open up the phone lines if anybody want to call in. Wow, we spent 51 minutes talking today. Let's see if any callers call in this lovely morning. Y'all shouldn't be at work. Y'all should be off today. The Real Chair Talk with the host, Wilson. Okay? I think it's awesome. And what I would think, as I was reading on Lipstick Alley, that Will is going to produce some movies for her, really help her, and she help each other. So I don't know how true that it's going to be, but I was just reading on Lipstick Alley. That's just nothing but a gossip site where they just gossip all day, whatever it is. It could be the truth, a lie, whatever, but they post. But I kept hearing that his production company was going to do some projects with her. So I would love to see it. I would love to see it. It's a shame how people drag Veil because she only was doing her job. It is a shame. She didn't want the show to be about her. She wanted to be about Black issues. Will got her fired. They said Will was a part of her getting fired. She was. That's what they said. He was a part of her getting fired. I don't know how true that is, but I'm not going to say that. Will of her get fired, but I just think it was really great because I don't think you can have really a reunion without having the original VIP on the show. I don't think you can ever have a reunion without having her on the show. So shout out to you, Miss Janet. 2074, call you on air. Good morning. Hello, 2074. You live on the air. Hello? All right. When you call in, make sure you turn me off mute. Put me on mute. And the sound 2074, area code 202. You live on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, turn me down the background.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, sister.
How you doing?
All right. You got to turn me down the background. I can hear myself.
Yes, my name is Maria. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just wanted to just hear you only. But go ahead, sister. What's on your mind? Go ahead, sister.
I just want to say that Will Smith. I don't have you up on the background. I don't know where it's coming from. It's not on the back bar because it's not on the background. I don't have you on my TV.
Okay, go ahead. What's on your mind? Is she serious? What the fuck? When you call in, don't have me playing on your DVD, your television, your touchscreen, your iPad, because this is live, okay? So when you call in, don't have it on your TV, your DVD, everything like that. So call in. So to that caller, you can call back in and stuff like that. Let me see if I can call that caller back. Let me see. Hello, let me good. Let me see. I'm gonna call you back, ma'am. Let me see. Because she want to get her point across. Let me see. Let me call her back. And if you call in, just don't have me playing in the background because it's live. Okay. Well, we'll try to get her back on. I see why they say your sub is church ladies. My subscriber, I love them all. I love them all. I love them all, baby. I love them all. I love them all. But when you do call in, just don't have me on the background, okay? Me, it don't really bother me, but it bothers the viewers that listen to the show. It is real. You have to get the feel of it when you call in. Yes, when you call in, somebody call in and do it right. Who used to call it in? Because sometimes people, this is how you should call it. Hey, what's something about? Yes, Wiley, I want to talk about Will and Jada and all that type of. Don't be listening to me when you're on. Turn me down. Turn me down. Because you hear me, whatever I'm saying on the phone, you hear it. So when you call, you just say what you got to say. Yeah, and all that type of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. We can hear everything that you said, okay? Then when you call in, it will say you are now in the host cube. Okay, you're now on the air. It make a little message when you call, but don't listen to me live on the computer and stuff, and then try to call because you're gonna miss the little message on your phone. So that's how you call in. Okay, all right. Because if you gotta be playing the background, whatever's on your cordless phone or your house phone or on your phone, it's gonna pick up. It's gonna hear. Okay. So if you do call in, we'll do that. We don't really get that many callers. Why? I don't know. I do know, but I'm not gonna say. But thank you to the callers that do call in. Because this show is so based on me giving my commentary. And I think the icing, little sprinkles on it or add on is when a caller or two might call in. But I get on this show and I say all of my commentary, like literally we were talking for a strict hour. But I want to say this, though, when I finish up with Will. I think I'm glad that brother made that phone call. Now, reunion that I do want to see. Thank you all for the super chats. I do want to see a reunion with Monique, Lee Daniels, and Oprah Winfrey. Okay. I do want to see that. I do want to see Monique, Lee Daniels, and Oprah Winfrey in the executive from Lionsgate. I would love to see that sit down, particularly if we could just get Oprah Winfrey and Monique for a sit down. I think that will be, and it need to be public. I would love to see that. We did see the Steve Harvey and the Monique. That was great, but I would love to see Monique and Oprah sit down because I believe that beef is potentially going to be adding up for some decades because Monique ain't letting up, and I would love to see them resolve that beef. Okay. Well, and I would love to see it. I would love to see Monique do a movie with Tyler Perry because, and again, Monique is very talented. And just like, the original Unvip, she's very talented, but a lot of great movies passed her up because of the beef that she was labeled in the industry difficult. She was labeled in the difficult. Okay. Label and difficult. Another piece, so we just hope they get it together. And I'm glad that they got it together. I just hope more people will come together. Now, when you call in, another problem that when people call in is they read the chat. Let me tell you, I've called, maybe because I'm a content creator, I can read the chat all day. I feed off negative comments. But most people are not thick-skinned. So you may see a comment saying, next caller, don't pay it no mind because you have the courage to call in. Don't pay it no mind. If they call, don't even read the chat. Because some of y'all be trying to go off on the chat and you're not that strong enough. Because when they call back in and drag you, you ain't gonna never call back in. Because you ain't that strong enough. So don't try to go back and forth with the chat. Just get your point across. It is what it is, but don't you read that chat unless you're strong. Now, if you ain't strong, don't read it. Because that stuff can get under your emotions, especially in the morning, and get you all turned up. Okay. 9082 calling you on the air.
Hi, Wiley, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, sister.
People come from Santa Cruz, California, and I just wanted to know your thoughts on, and probably missed some of your lives about it, but I wanted to know if you would guess and how you feel about Tamar Braxton's ex and how he was
I can't hardly hear you, man. Are you got your hand over your mic?
Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? I can hear you now. Go ahead. What was that? Repeat what you said.
How do you feel about Tamar Braxton's soon-to-be ex-fiance and how he responded? Do you think it was genuine? Do you think that? What do you think?
What I feel like? What I think? You're talking about David, right? You talking about Tamar Braxton? You talking about? You said what I think about?
Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. What do you think? Do you think that he's just in this for money? Do you think? What do you think about it?
I think that he's in it for money and fame, and it is not fitting into his narrative. He want to be the Christian. He want to be all about the Bible, but he don't like to be exposed for him being a controlling, being a head of one man, not allowing Tamar to take lead. He want to be the leader, and Tamar, and it wouldn't be no show without Tamar Braxton. Nobody is going there to see David.
I agree with you. I don't know if it was brought to your attention, but my cousin brought it to my attention that when he was doing that video, there was a cutout board behind him. And that cutout board behind him was a board that was for one of his businesses.
What is business? Wow, that's crazy. Well, he's a cloud chaser.
Go ahead.
He's a cloud chaser.
Yeah. Well, thank you for all your commentary and everything. I appreciate you, Wiley, and I hope you continue to do well. God bless you.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. So that's what I thank you, sister. That's what I think that he is. He is a clout chaser. Period. That's what I believe the man is. All right. Yeah. Because like some of y'all be going off on these callers and be like, what you said this about me? Da, da, da. Listen, baby, get your point across. Don't read these comments. It is people that I just got. People will either call. I get phone calls outside the show. So many nasty messages outside of the show, nasty voicemails. And sometimes I will entertain it, and it's all recorded though. So if I ever want to do like an episode of the nasty stuff I get, the nasty I could do like a whole series on it. But that's you. Call me in the morning, do it. You're not getting under my skin. That's just something that does with your spirit. And that's something that you need to take with your Lord and Savior and resolve your issues, right? But yeah, I get comments. I get nasty comments all day, every day. You get people that will comment and be negative, but it is what it is. You can't stop it. It is what it is. So I take that as more energy to continue the show, to put on a great show, because I recently haven't really been getting it into. We've been doing our morning shows, and our morning shows have been very, very lit. I may say so myself. Like, we have been doing great numbers for the morning show, awesome shows. I can tell you that, and people are calling in and sharing and all of that, and I thank you all for that, for even supporting the show. And I also want to give a special shout out for people that can, watch the shorter videos that we do, and we make clips of that. So thank you all for that. Millionaire Nigeria Money, or real money. And this is another thing I want to say about the callers. When you call in, a lot of times people don't want their voice to be recognized because they call into these other shows. I say this: if a person change against you, that is something. If a person change against you because you call into the Wiley Show, you need to tell that person, why in the world you're looking at me different because I'm supporting Wiley? Why are you looking at me different because I'm supporting the Wiley Show? And if you're giving money and they're looking at you different, that says something about their character. It ain't got nothing to do with you. That's their insecurity. That is their insecurity. So I'm sharing this link for the stocks because somebody emailed me. They want the link to my Robinhood. So 2 people signed up already. So I'm gonna drop it down here really quickly. Love the morning show. Thank you. Let me drop that down here. We about to go because this was a great show today. All right. Any questions you can post down here in the comments. Exactly. Love the morning show. They said his millionaire. I think Oppressive did a rundown on David, and it was impressive. Continue growth and strength, Wiley. Somebody said good morning. It didn't matter. He's a millionaire. Somebody was asking to be a moderator. I don't honor requests like that. I just do it by you being faithful in the chat. They said Obama phone. Nigerians can be a little off. Her phone's underwater. Covering her phone. They said in the chat ain't strong at all. They just talk mess. The fan callers, Wiley, LOL. It's means when people go off at the chat. They say I think it's awesome that she called in because my mom wouldn't have made it that far. She would have dialed the wrong number about 20 times. They said Monique and Tyler Perry might work. Monique was supposed to play a part, open play in The Butler. Okay, I'm reading it. While you hard work every day, dedicate. You did skip a beat. Wiley is the side chick show. People keeping you a secret. I'm the side chick show. Okay, I was a show that you creep up in the morning. You watch me. You keep it a secret. You know until you can't keep it a secret no more. Until you can't keep it a secret no more. Till these big interviews come through to the Cardis, the Nickis, the Beyoncés, the Brandys. Then people gonna be like, it's gonna be popping to say it, But just know I ain't gonna let that stuff get to my head because I'm gonna know the ones that were supportive of the show. I'm gonna know the ones that wasn't supportive. It is what it is. But I am the side chick show. I'm the type of show that you just put the $20 bill on top of the nightstand. That's what it is. The side chicks on the side chick. When your main wife, probably blocked you, called you a B, you come over here to the side chick. Will you be honored and respected? Get your little quickie in, get a good quick laugh. But we already know you only here temporarily because your wife done messed up or your husband, so you can with the side chick. But you ain't gonna be with side chick ever because when the husband block you and allow you in, then you leave you alone. But every once in a while, you'll send me a text, you'll send me a little couple of dollars for the side chick. You know what I'm saying? So the other end, he need to block you, made you feel bad, or cuss you out. You come on here at the side chick, and I was like, oh, you good, you all right, you great. Make you feel good. Make you feel like a real woman. Honor you. Then I can know and then when I don't hear you no more, you back over there with your man. You already back over there, but then eventually you'll come back over here at the side check. They say, I swear I heard the Storm mention me last night. What? I love Storm. That's my brother. Storm is amazing. Y'all leave Storm alone. I love Storm. Okay? Storm is just a different type of brother. I love him. Think he's great. Think it's great. I think it's great. All right. Y'all made my day. They said, why did you Tachike podcast? I don't know. But we always come back to you, Dad. Yeah. Live home with a side piece. I swear, I love it, all that. Why do you need some side chick show merch? Shut up. So, yes. Shout out to the people that's here. And you all, it's just, you'll be shocked who watching in the bushes. They be all up in the bushes watching. They be in the bushes watching. They be in the bushes. They be in the bushes watching. Them blue checks and them checks behind it. They be in the blue check. They be watching us. But we okay. We here. Hey. Y'all see? I'm just sweating. Y'all see this? I'm just sweating real down today. Oh, sweet. I really was. I had drunk all this coffee, and baby, he got me sweating up today. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a beautiful day. There's no more callers today. Shout out to all the moderators. I'm Brown 9, Tori Mom, J Real, Nurse Nicole, Blue Skies, Blue Preppy Love, B Skills, Mouth Open, Shantae, Day, TLC and 3, and D1. Shout out to all the moderators today. Shout out to y'all. I see y'all there. Wiley's the cleanup man. They be in the bushes. Because if I say so out of pocket, I get an email, phone call for these big bloggers that say they don't watch. I'm like, why do I feel like why do I feel like they be watching me? They be watching. Why y'all just can't just come out the bushes? Show y'all love. Show them about the bushes. But it's okay. I still love you because I know y'all in the bushes. But thank y'all so very much. I will see y'all soon. All right. I got to go for my morning walk, and peace and blessings to y'all all. Peace. Make sure y'all subscribe. Thank you all that have donated today. Also, thank you to all of the moderators. This was great. I made it this hour video. This was a fun show today. Shout out to we stream it on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So we stream it on 3 platforms today. And so we started today, and I'm just wish you many, many, many more. Make sure once this video ends that you leave us a comment and tell us how we did and what subjects you would like for us to talk about. Thank y'all. Let me go. I gotta finish up some work. I wanna get my work in, mop, clean up a little bit, and get this house together. Peace.